I'll be talking about how to prevent a running injury, because we all want to do that. This is the second video of this wonderful How to Prevent a Running Injury series, and you can watch the first one. Number 1 is to listen to your body. Soreness sounds okay, but in fact I love it because it means I'm getting stronger, but pain is not. If it's a sharp pain, then you should immediately stop what you're doing until it feels better. It's not worth your health and your future. Running is a lifestyle. You have your whole life to enjoy, and it's not worth burning out now. Success comes to those who are patient. You might not think it's okay to rest now, but I promise you won't regret it. And number 2 of preventing injury is have a plan. This helps you keep on track of your goals and motivates you to keep working hard every day, since you have something to look forward to. But if you come along with injury, be okay to plan for change. Body should be our first priority because body is life. Running can't do you as much as body can do for you. And when you look for a plan, please don't just look somewhere on the internet for a plan, although they might be good, but you should always talk to a coach or a professional before coming up with a plan because everybody is so different. The third way of preventing an injury is patience. Don't do it too much too soon. Back in 10th grade, when I increased my mileage more than ever, I was running probably about 7 to 9 miles every day, and I only started running around freshman year of high school. And I would also do Zumba, boot camp, or some kind of class at the YMCA in the evening. Basically, I let my excitement lead me to do very detrimental things, which included shin splints that kept me out for 2 months. Maybe the MVP of your school's cross-country team is running 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 miles a week. This doesn't mean you have to. She may have started running back in elementary and middle school when she was really young and worked her way up. And you can do the same too one day. The fourth way to prevent injury is to correct your running form. And I talked about this above earlier, how you see a physical therapist or professional look at your form because it prevents muscle imbalances. But it is also good to shorten your stride and increase your cadence because this helps you land softer, and your body likes it when you land softer because not putting as much pressure on the bones will be more happy with you. And the fifth way to prevent injury is to pay attention to your running surface. I wish I'd known this before I started running really hard in 10th grade because I was running on asphalt and concrete around my neighborhood every day and end up contributing also to my injury. Softer surfaces are better for your bones and joints, and trails are the best because they have the thickest layer of soft surface for you. Rubber tracks or dirt tracks are also good, but they can get really boring, but I like to listen to podcasts sometimes, so I think that kind of helps. And also, a lot of cities might have train tracks that have dirt trails. But if you live in a big city and only have access to the neighborhood, then I would try to run on those grassy areas next to people's houses, but don't tell my neighbors that I do. And the black asphalt on the street is also better than the concrete on the sidewalk, but be careful for cars. Number 6 of injury prevention, food is fuel. Make sure to get a good balance of carbs, protein, and fats at every meal. I usually aim for half calories coming from carbs or more if you are racing or running a lot, about 25% fat, healthy fats, 25% proteins. Also, don't eat too much before a run because it can cause GI symptoms and you won't feel good during a run, just want to throw up. So what I try to do is I try to eat 2 to 3 hours before a run and aim for something higher in carbs because it's easier to digest, gives you the energy. All those ATP, glucose, my wonderful mitochondria working for my muscle cells, give me the energy to run, and something less in fats and proteins because those take longer to digest and don't give you as much ATP as glucose does in the same amount of time. So I really like fruit before a run and some nuts just to keep me satisfied for a little longer. And I also have several blog posts I'll be linking down below about some foods that I really enjoy. Number 7 of injury prevention is cross-training. So running is basically the form of cardio that puts the most impact on our joints. So it's good to do exercise besides running to strengthen our cardiovascular system without all the pounding on our wonderful legs. You gotta protect these little babies. So besides running, I also enjoy swimming, cycling, and the elliptical. When I swim, I usually swim freestyle for about 50 to 75 minutes if I'm not running that day, because I feel like it gives me the same workout. And I also have a little post on my workout routine on my blog, but let me know if you'd like me to make a video about it. I'll talk about it more and stuff if that's something you're interested in. And number 8 of injury prevention is strength training. And sometimes if you're injured, you go to a physical therapist, they see your form, they see some imbalances in your muscles, so they give you some exercises, make sure to do those. And even if you're not injured and you don't have any muscle imbalances, you have perfect form now, it's still good to strength train because your body is volatile, it's constantly changing. So even if you're a distance runner, you might not need as much upper body strength as a sprinter, but building lean, strong muscles will help you propel through a race, giving you advantage over your competitors. I'm a distance runner and I like to build lean, awesome muscle, and I like to do high reps with low weights. In fact, this is a 3-pound. And the workouts I like to do are all YouTube workouts without a gym, so I can easily do in my room on my yoga mat when I wake up in the morning. And all throughout high school for me, the only strength training I did was YouTube workouts. I never really went to the gym because I thought my body weight was fine and building those wonderful, lean, strong muscles, I guess. And my favorite channel is Blogpost. I love Cassie because her workouts are super fun, and I love how she radiates happy vibes because I feel happy too, and she makes me want to radiate happy vibes too, and I just like being happy. So before school, I normally like to do around 30 to 50 minutes, depending how much time I have, of her workouts. I like to do upper body, core, and legs. But for me, I personally like to focus a lot more on my core. Like, I like doing lots of planks and sit-ups, stuff like that. Because I feel like strengthening my core helps me feel balanced. And during the season, I barely do leg workouts because I'm already running a lot. That's already strengthening my legs, so I don't feel like I need that. And especially before a race or before a workout, I feel like doing strength workouts on your legs might burn you out. I also link my favorite Blogpost and YouTube workouts on my workout routine post on my blog, but I'll post it down below too. Hopefully you might find them fun too, because those are my favorite. And number 9 on how to prevent injuries is the importance of warming up and stretching. So whenever I have a race or a track workout, I always jog for around 20 minutes. And then I stretch and I do strides. I like doing strides because I like running fast, and I feel like just doing short bursts of speed gets your brain and body into the mode of running fast. And never stretch on cold muscles because you could pull something and you'll be really sad. And when I get home from school, after I shower, I always spend about 5-10 minutes just stretching. I like doing the splits. And I like to foam roll sometimes when I'm really sore. I like to do the splits in all 3 directions. And number 10 for injury prevention are compression socks. So currently for the socks, about half the studies show that they work and half they don't. But even if they don't, even though it may be a placebo, if you believe it works, then it works. Because as long as you feel good, you will believe in yourself. So there are 2 types of compression socks out in the market, one for running and one for recovery. I have the ones from Recovery. I think the brand is like 2XU or something. But I got it for about, it's actually pretty expensive. I got about $50 at Sports Basement. We can probably find it in any other running store. And the ones for Recovery are supposed to be tighter than the ones for running. And I think the science behind it is that after a hard workout, you put these on, your muscles will be tightened, and your blood flow will be constricted. But once you take them off, your blood will suddenly rush in and suddenly speed up the healing process. But I'm not too sure about it. But I kind of feel better after wearing it. So even though it may be a placebo, maybe not, it works for my brain, it works for me, so I wear them sometimes. But there are also compression for injuries. For example, I showed my shin splints one in part 1, where they help me keep my shins in when I have shin splints. And I also have one for runner's knee. You just clip this on your knee. Sorry, it's black and my shirt's black. And yeah, okay, I'm sorry about that. And I have a hamstring one because earlier this cross-country season I was having little issues with my hamstring, but it went away in 4 days and I wore this and we're so happy again, so yeah. So number 11 in injury prevention will be getting the right shoes. Invest in a good pair of shoes. It will affect your experience and reduce the number of injuries you'll get. Please just don't go to Walmart or Target and just get the cheapest one there. Actually, go to an actual sports store with professionals that can examine your foot and your running form and determine the right shoe for you. Even though they might be a lot more expensive, I promise you, it's worth it because it might decrease your healthcare costs in the long run, and you will find running so much more enjoyable, and no money can ever buy happiness. So the lifespan of your typical running shoe is about 300 to 500 miles, but I like to buy several pairs of similar shoes and wear them interchangeably because I feel like it helps them last longer if you switch them up. And I also feel like it's better for your body because your body won't get used to just one certain shoe. Because what if that shoe suddenly doesn't exist in the market anymore? Your body needs to learn how to be adaptive. By the way, I also have a video on how to start running, so I hope the information there benefits you as well. Blogging is also one of my favorite things to do, so I'll link it down below. You'll find a lot more other helpful tips there, and I hope it benefits you. We'll really also enjoy Instagram and Tumblr, so I'll be linking those down below. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day, and keep thinking happy thoughts!